Because recently you've probably all seen the horrific rhetoric being used by American leaders that are using Christian texts, Christian mythology to somehow justify the war, echoing a Pope 900 years ago that declared a crusade, and somehow that this was some kind of holy place. My day job is trying to build peace and using theology as a way to do that. And nothing can be maybe more discouraging than such a job, especially at a time like this. And I can understand why many of us who've grown up in societies like this, where we have had religious domination and systems of control, and often these kind of systems are used just to kind of be the latest weapon in the hands of an empire wanting to control. I've been to Palestine many times, to Lebanon. I've not been to Iran, but people like Azadeh make me feel like I have been there. And I think we should give her a round of applause in that message again. The first time I was in Palestine in 2003, they were building this horrific wall, which is an apartheid wall. And we were seeing horrific things. I was with a group of people trying to monitor and see the situation. And one day we went to a small Palestinian village right next to, just outside Bethlehem, and next to it was their vast fields, which for centuries they had grown their food. And a resident came out and showed us the wall was going to be dividing the village off from the field, which had given it sustenance for generations. And we listened, and then he pointed his finger at us and he said, "I'm tired of you Westerners coming here, seeing what's going on and then going back home. What are you going to do?" For me in 2003, that was my experience of maybe being transformed and realizing we must do something different. The Russian writer Solzhenitsyn said, "We know they are lying. They know they are lying. They know we know they are lying. We know they know we know they are lying, but they are still lying." The American government is lying to us. Keir Starmer is lying. We live in a society where systems are lying to us. And this group of people today is maybe the most true expression that we could find today. Religion has been done so much toxic things all around the world, but maybe, just maybe, there could be a way out of this kind of system by speaking true religion. And so I just want to take 30 seconds, 1 minute, just to say a couple of things. What Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump are alluding to is full of lies and hatred. Netanyahu said yesterday, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Yet his Christian followers will still be in lockstep with him, following his every move, even though he's quite clearly saying he has no place for the true message of any kind of religion. Munthar Isak, many of you would know, he's been all over the news, Palestinian pastor from Bethlehem. We were going to get him next week to come here, but he couldn't get a flight, so he's going to be joining us on Zoom, and hopefully in the coming months he'll come. Many of you may have heard his speech, his Christmas Day speech in 2023. It was used in the genocide case at the International Court of Justice. And in this sermon, he said, "Christ is still in the rubble. This is his manger. Jesus finds his place with the marginalized, the tormented, the oppressed, and the displaced. We look at the Holy Family and see them in every displaced and homeless family living in despair. In the Christmas story, God walks with them and calls them his own." I want to very proudly say that these are the words that I can stand behind. These are the words that say the marginalized is where power is. The marginalized, the victim, is the only way to really look at the world and see truth. Truth through the lens of empire that we often see in our media is just lies. Truth through the lens of the victim is what we can see. And when we held a moment of silence for victims in a school who were bombed, while they were just sitting in a place where they're meant to get an education, when we took silence, that was maybe one of the most holy things we can do. And with every step, let us continue to resist oppression, empire spirit, domination, and control. And in the followers of true religion, let us platform the voices of the marginalized and the victim. And I want to thank you for letting me speak today. Thank you very much.